That was so cursed. Alright, okay. Give me a second. I have to ascend. Hello. Kyoryu, everybody. I am your tour guide today on this factory tour of the waifu factory. Yes! Are you guys ready to get loud? Yes. You have to be loud. It's loud in this factory, don't you know? You will see our wonderful workings, our inner workings of the waifu industry, you know. But yes, I am I am the supreme overlord, the supreme God, the supreme owner of this factory, right? So we're all good to go. Alright, so very excited to show everyone today. Alright, so we'll go ahead and move forward in our tour today. And we will start with our first subject. Let me just decide. And if you all would like to, hello, Thalak, how you doing? Alright. Oh my gosh. So yes. Okay. Yes, I am your tour guide today. I'm very excited to see everyone. And we'll go ahead and move along. Sorry about that, sorry. There is I feel like there's technical difficulties galore no matter what in this wonderful factory of mine, you know. You know how it always is. Alrighty. Let me go ahead and hope. I am praying that that little wig. I feel like perhaps thank you. My waifu factory is run very tightly. We have a very strict schedule here. Don't you know? We have plenty of waifus, so we have to keep them all in line, all in check, because they get kind of rowdy, if you know what I mean, if you leave them out for too long. So you gotta watch them, you know. We take our waifu creations very seriously here. One Natsuki, unfortunately, we just ran out of the last one. I'm very upset. I'm very sorry about that, sir. But I'm sure we can find another one for you eventually. And we could definitely make something similar to a Natsuki, perhaps a Satsuki, or perhaps a Monica, if you would like that. So, moving on in our tour, we're gonna go ahead and move on. I'm sorry. We're gonna go ahead and move on to, I think, what is the easiest waifu to understand. You know, the simplest one of all the waifus in all the land. You know, I think it'll be a good option. I do not have any Kyoryu. Sorry, we're fresh out. Unfortunately, I am the only one here, and I am I am not for production today. Never have been, never will be. You know how it is. But yes. Oh my gosh. Relax. We'll get there when we get there, okay? I promise you. We will have some waifus for everybody at the end of this, okay? You will get what you want, and you will get what you need. At the very least, you'll get a waifu. And isn't that what everyone wants and what everyone truly needs in their life? Don't you know? Alright, so we will continue our tour. Moving on to the easiest. Thank you. I appreciate that. As a supreme leader of a waifu industry, I should definitely be someone's waifu out there, you know. Makes me happy to hear that. Okay, so, no, unfortunately, this is not the burger factory, but we could definitely make you a burger waifu. Waifus come in all shapes and sizes here. We don't discriminate against different waifus, so we love each and every one of our creations. Thank you, Timote. Tato, yes. Tato's wonderful. Hello, Lennox. How you doing? I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time. I missed you. Alright, so, moving on with our tour, I will go ahead and let you know that for each and every waifu, I would like for you guys, our special guests of honor today, to go ahead and just let me know the different kinds of characteristics that you would want from these waifus as we're going through. It's very important to us that we have satisfaction with our products, making sure that every waifu is in the heart of someone special, and we want to make sure that they're all loved, you know, very strongly. Even the evil ones, you know, even the crazy ones, we want to make sure that they're loved, you know. And so, you guys, as you know, people who are part of our customer base, hi Alloy, how you doing? We will make sure that you guys each get your own little say in this. So we have a few base models for you guys to look at today. We have a few base models for you guys to look at today. And then we'll go ahead and add in some extra, extra like ins and outs as we go through with you guys. We just want to make sure that we're keeping our products fresh, making sure that we keep them very, very up to date. Waifus tend to get out of date pretty fast, and so we make sure that we're keeping up our waifu of the month, our waifu of the season, our waifu of the year, very, very, very strictly. We want to make sure we're keeping up with the trends. You know, it's hard to know what you guys want. Sometimes a real waifu isn't even a wife. It's a femboy cat girl in some cases. And so, in order to keep up with the changing wants and needs of our client base, I would like to show you guys our first model. As long as everyone's okay with moving on in the tour. Alright, so now that we got everyone aboard, hopefully our machine won't be broken. Sometimes they break down. I will let you know. It is unfortunate, but we do our best to make sure that our machines are as fixed as they can be. Alright, let's see here. So, here we go. So we got our first base model here. Very, very simple, very easy. Something not too hard. Yes, femboy cat girls. Sometimes, sometimes they make the best waifus. Who am I to judge, I'm just the creator, Okay. Alright, so we're starting off with the very much, how would you say? The very strong contender of the large and in charge waifu. So, damn Daniel, yes. Let me go ahead and make sure that this will be a nice simple task for me to... Is this big enough, or do we need to have a larger one? I have to get your guys' opinions, your thoughts, and your ultimate say-sos on this, so I do need to make sure. You smashed it. Please don't smash my factory. It's the only one. It's expensive. Is this large enough for you, Timote? Is this big enough? Is it big enough for you? I'm asking as a concerned factory owner. I just want to know, is it large enough for you? 2% bigger? Oh gosh, okay. See, I feel like sometimes I am perhaps really out of the times here. How's that look, I'm sorry, Koto, or Lennox. I'm sorry, unfortunately. Hello, Corvus. How you doing? So, is this large enough, or do we make them even bigger? I just need to know for our satisfaction survey. 20% bigger. Oh my gosh, you guys are really difficult to keep up with. Okay, this is good. Okay. I do have to ask. Ara or ooh. I just for the sake of satisfaction, making sure 30% smaller. I'll take that into consideration on our next one. I think I got a good one for you, Lennox. I think I really know the kind of model that you're looking for. Ara, okay. So let me go ahead and make sure that her face is a little bit, I guess, how would you say, more Ara-ish than ooh-ish. Let me fix this. And just for some clarification, are we looking for a cat girl waifu today? A dog waifu? Maybe a kaiju waifu, as some people might say? Are we looking for anything specific in that sort of sense? Or are we just looking for a simple, large, in charge ara waifu today? Just to get a feel of the room. I have cat ears, I have dog ears. I can even include some different things. A kaiju waifu, Alright, so let's go and think about it a little bit. Do we feel like some type of way about any sort of animals? A penguin waifu? That's not a bad idea. Alright, let me go ahead and think. Is everyone in agreement? No, I do. Unfortunately, we did not get that far down. We did not get that far down on our models today. I apologize. Maybe in the future we could include that on the tour. Maybe later. All right. So And he has a hi, Pinky. How you doing? How you doing, Pinky? Teenage Mutant Ninja Kyogres. I don't know if I could do it. We have gotten so distracted, so off topics. Let's return to our waifu. Oh gosh. So just for clearance here. So we want an Ara waifu. I mean, hello. I love you too. I missed you. I haven't seen you in a long time. All right. So we want an Ara waifu. We haven't quite explained yet. Do we want? Can we come to I suppose, as our test group, do you guys like would you guys like cat girls, dog girls, anything? Just penguins? Are we all in agreement with penguins? Are we going for something else today? I just want to know. I just need to know for quality assurance purposes. I just gotta check. I don't want any dissatisfied customers today. Regular women. I like that, Linux. I like that. That's a good response. It's something we will take into consideration. Perhaps next year we can start our production of 3D waifus. I think that would be very good. Penguin and Kawaii is very good. Okay. Alright, so let me go ahead. Alright, so I believe what would be good for a penguin waifu would be some nice blunt bangs. I'm personally a big fan of blunt bangs. I think they look great. I think they're very, very, very ara-ara-ish, while also not being too ara-ara. You know what I mean? They just hit the perfect balance between having the ara-ara and the uwu-uwu, which I think will be perfect for this. Let me go ahead and we'll go ahead and add. Would we like her to have any sort of? No, you're fine, Ichi. You're fine. Don't worry. You're just in time for our tour. Don't even worry. All right. So, do we want our penguin waifu today to have any specific hairstyles? Anything along the lines of double buns, pigtails, perhaps? I could do Miku style. I could do oh my gosh, we could definitely do like Rin Tosaka style. Anything like that? Any specific waifus that you have in mind today? One long single ponytail. Alright. We can absolutely handle that today. I'm glad to hear that we have such a diverse group here. There is a lot of different waifu lovers here, I can definitely see already. And that is always a good thing. It's always good to have nice variety. A 3 ponytail. Bald. Okay. It's interesting to hear bald. I rarely ever hear bald taken seriously on here. I know. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, she's in very high demand. You know, the tsundere types. They always go fast. I mean, can you blame people? Some people have good taste, you know, and that's just the fact of the matter. Sometimes they have good taste. Other times they pick up trash waifus. We do have our bargain bin for that. If you guys want to see at the end of our tour, I can always take you towards the bargain bin. I'll show you a couple of our rejects at the very end. Of course, we're not proud of them, but they are still waifus, one and the same. Even if you have trash taste, you're still loved here. Alright, so let's go ahead and clear up a little bit here. As you can see, this is a very scientific process, and it takes a little bit for our machines to get everything compiled here. It's a little bit difficult. Any predatory waifus, of course. I'm the only reject waifu, huh? Am I really the only reject waifu? Well, you know, I wouldn't be running this if I was a reject, now would I? But no, your mom is definitely in the bargain bin, Koto. Let's see here. Alrighty, so what color should her eyes be? Oh, Kyoryu is a goddess waifu. Thank you, thank you. See, that's someone with good taste. We always love our patrons with good taste. Quality assurance is very important, and good taste and quality assurance especially important. Here we go, here we go. I think some nice dark blue eyes would be in a good order. I think they definitely add something to this sort of a waifu. As long as it's fine. Eyes pink? Okay, or dark blue. I mean, it is a penguin. I suppose, what color are penguins, Does that really matter in the makings of a waifu? I mean, to be fair. Does it 100% matter? Does the theme really dictate how wonderful a waifu can be? I feel like most penguins are blue. Perhaps it's just that's my own musings. Of course, I'm not the patron here today. You guys are. And I really do appreciate everyone coming out here today to take their time, help with our quality assurance. As you have seen, that we have had quite the boom in waifus recently. It's been that's embarrassing. Sometimes our things like to start over. Just give me 1 second. I reboot the machine. It takes just 1 extra second. I apologize about that. A big scar on her cheek. I could definitely do that. Alright. Let me go ahead and finish coloring in this. So she's not absolutely pale. Unless we want a different color, that can always be arranged. Alrighty. So, I apologize if this machine's a little bit slow. This is the first time I've ever run a penguin waifu through before. It might take a little bit of extra time. Are there any preferences in the sort of outfit that she'd be wearing? Yes, this is in fact a girl version of Pingu. So I would suggest personally for this sort of a model, I would think a lot of fluff, a lot of nice little cuffs at the edges. Let me go ahead and fix that up a little bit. Something fluffy. Let me add a little bit to that. It makes it a little bit difficult to see at times. However, I really do think it's worth it in the long run. It gives you a lot of extra movements. Yes, it does break a little bit. It breaks every about 10 minutes, unfortunately. And you know, we do our best to prevent it from happening, but it's a little bit out of our control, unfortunately, sometimes. But that's no problem for the Waifu Factory. We've had lots of adversity here. Believe me, we can handle a little bit of machine breaking. It's no problem. We're always fine. We always handle it well, don't we? Let me go ahead and add on the outside to this. Goodness gracious. Here we go. Oh gosh. Do you have any other, good for your military vest? Yes, it does break consistently. So, Pingu a tattoo, We could definitely do that. I have a feeling, I think what I would personally recommend for a waifu of this caliber is a nice side opening like this. That's just a personal preference. This is what I usually tend to do whenever I go through this. Or piercings, okay. I can definitely do piercings. I think that would definitely be a very good idea. Yes. I really appreciate the feedback, Ichi. You're very good quality control subject. Let me go ahead and check something out really quickly. Cool. So, cooked meat? Unfortunately, no. This is not IKEA. We don't have shipments of good food. We only have whatever Yunuka-sai is cooking up over there, and I'm not sure if you want to eat that. Alright, so I feel like penguins would have very dark, like almost black blue hair. With some streaks of white in it. I think that's just maybe that's just my personal Thank you. Thank you. I do my best to upkeep as best as I can. I try my hardest. Honestly, I really appreciate that. You're a goddess. I love you. So let's go ahead and see. We definitely have quite a bit of talent in this case study here. I really appreciate everyone's feedback. I appreciate everyone's thoughts. I would have never thought about a penguin waifu, personally. And I really like the direction that this went. So, thank you. This is a very successful first model. And this is just the base model. I have many other models that have a lot more, how would you say, like, character to them already. They kind of come out the machine that way, unfortunately. It's a little bit difficult to get models that are very easy to project different ideas onto. Sometimes they're a little bit harder. Some are more aggressive and some can be more timid. Even before they come out, you can kind of see it as they develop, as they become the waifu. And unfortunately, you can't always determine that. Do you as a waifu? We will see. We will see soon. We have at least, I believe, 4 more waifus to go. We have quite a few different machines. So hopefully, we'll have space in one of those for you. Let's go and see this. So we'll go ahead and add on. Here we go. Now we're just Mickey, yes. That is true. I did not realize that someone would ask for a penguin. I apologize. I hope that this isn't upsetting you, Timothy. That was never the intention. Here we go, here we go. So, I feel like this blue is a little bit too dark. Let's go ahead and fix that up a bit. Make it something closer to this, but with a little bit less blue, I guess. Here we go. I think this one looks good. It's a little bit difficult sometimes to gauge the amount of blue that comes out from the machine. It makes it difficult, but not impossible. And sometimes it actually helps us because we'll have a different idea at first, and then whatever comes out of the machine might be a little bit strange, a little bit deviated from what we're expecting, and I think that's always a good thing. You know, 02 was not meant to have those those eye things on the side, but that was a defect of the machine. I think people really love it. So I honestly think our waifu machine is quite smart on its own terms. You know? That might be my own personal bias, though. Perhaps as the maker, owner, and operator of the machine, I would be a little bit biased. Just a tiny bit, you know? But, here we go. I think this is coming out not too bad. I do enjoy the atmosphere of this group. I appreciate everyone's input and active participation. What kind of machine am I using? I'm using your mom machine. It is very effective. It works very hard. Sometimes it makes some weird noises, almost like moaning sounds, but I think that's just because we work her very hard. So that's just a byproduct of what we're doing here. So let me go ahead and finish this up. Oh gosh. I apologize, sometimes the waifu machine is a little bit slower than we would hope for. It does take a hot second. It's not as easy as it looks to make waifus. It is quite the process. Oh gosh. It can be quite tedious at times. Sometimes it gets almost tiring is what I would like to say. But it's always rewarding in the end. Very rewarding in the end to see how they come out. I'm always proud of the waifus. They're always great. Amazing. Some might say like perfect. And you know, I love whenever people are happy about their waifus. It's important. Makes people enjoy their lives a little bit more. What do I make the waifus out of? I make the waifus out of joy, love, pixie dust, and a little bit of chemical X, if you know what I'm saying. Alright, let's see here. That's only for certain waifus. Other waifus don't get that extra chemical X that some do get. Alright, so let me go ahead and work on her a bit more. I apologize if our tour isn't as fast as it would be if our machine wasn't so manually run. But I could definitely tell you about some of our favorite waifus out of here. Personally, I think that Urza Scarlet is one of the better ones who came out of this particular factory. I think she was pretty amazing, personally. VTuber bathwater, yes. We do sell those in our gift shop at the very end. If you would like some VTuber bathwater, we have assorted kinds. Not very expensive for what they are either. I personally, I go to that shop often. Okay, here we go. Hopefully this is not a bad outfit necessarily. It is a little bit difficult to dress our waifus. We don't specialize necessarily in outfits. We have a hard time finding them some stuff because, I mean, of course, do you think they come out looking like they're dressed? Some of them don't like to be dressed, as it may seem. Some of them are rather interesting. We always love it. Gotta have love for the waifus, if nothing else, you know? Yes. Sometimes it becomes an issue, especially when we have guests over or we have tour groups such as yourself. Sometimes they tend to run across the place, makes a little bit of a ruckus. And everyone gets a little bit distracted. I mean, they are rather distracting. They're pretty loud. Especially the ones that tend to enjoy being like that. They tend to be pretty loud. They do slap people sometimes, so if you do see one, I would be rather careful. Let's see here. Of course, this one's not completely roughed out on all the edges. I hope you guys can understand. It's a little, it's a little bit, you know, of a work in progress, as all of our waifus tend to be. I mean, what are waifus if not beings that can change, you know? But of course, they're all very cute, especially this one. I rather like this one. Maybe I'll keep this one. Thank you, Ichigo. I like that response. See, Ichigo has the correct response. Would a penguin girl have anything else on her, or just I would assume she doesn't have anything like how would you say, no flippers or anything like that. I guess she wouldn't have the penguin nose either. Just the cute penguin features on a human being. You know how it is. It's a little bit difficult to choose which features we keep and which features we tend to delete on our animal-based waifus. It can be a difficult. I hope you enjoyed your bath, Pingu. Of course, we do operate our own bathhouse here. The waifus have to get cleaned somewhere. They get a little bit antsy if they don't get cleaned off. Here we go. And is there ever a waifu that becomes an abomination from so I would say your waifu was in the bath. I apologize. They're on their break right now. They're all sleeping. They have to get their rest at some points. Of course, if you would like to schedule another thing, perhaps we could have you come in another time. My waifu is still in progress. Yes. Alright, let's see here. I apologize. It is an involved process. We only have the one owner, operator, and you know, artist for all of these, and that is me. Unfortunately, I don't have any minions. The waifus are difficult to get to help you. They don't like to help. They like to watch you suffer most of the time, and so, you know, as the waifu overlord, you have to really get them into shape. But it can be difficult at times. They don't always want to listen. So let me go ahead and finish some things up here. I apologize if this is taking a little bit longer. You can help, I'm not sure if I would want you to. They can be pretty wild. I would be careful. Waifus may look cute, and they might look safe, but oh my gosh, if they come for your throat, they're coming for your throat. Just ask all the yanderies. I have to keep them on their own floor. You know, gotta keep them away from everybody else. Otherwise, we might have a waifu shortage in the future, and I don't think anybody wants that. Ichi. You seem rather drawn to Ichi, huh? Huh? I feel very very offended by that, Give me 1 second, I have to reboot a machine really fast. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that. No, I'm never offended. Don't even worry about me. I just had to fix something up really quickly. Didn't want any inconveniences on our tour, of course. It's important to keep up satisfaction, as I said prior. But of course, just to reiterate, you know, Our goal at the Waifu Center, the Waifu Factory, is to make sure that each and every one of you guys has your own perfect waifu. She has a lot of experience. But yes, of course. As I keep working on this, does anyone have any questions about our factory? You're that happy, I'm always glad to hear satisfaction here. Makes me excited. I love to hear that everyone's happy. It's my goal, it's my job in life, to make you happy. It's all I want. But yes, our waifus are made 100% of the combined souls of body pillows. Hello, Super, how you doing? Padaru, padaru. Is there a waifu incinerator? Unfortunately, no. The only reason I would say unfortunately no is because they can be a handful sometimes. We do have a waifu, was sort of a waifu incinerator. It's not quite an incinerator so much as it's a fighter. What's the secret to looking good at this age? Just have the honorary killed anyone yet? No, not quite. And please don't eat the waifus. They are made up of the combined souls of body pillows that learn how to stand up on their own. So please do not eat the waifus. They will not taste very good. I can tell you that much right now. Let me go ahead and finish up. I believe that this waifu might almost be ready to be taken out of the production. Just give me 1 second to make sure. So this one looks rather good. I rather like this one. Oh gosh, of course. I apologize. Our machines are a little bit finicky today, as they are every day, but today in particular a little bit rough. Alrighty, so I do believe that this is a success in a waifu. I personally have no issues with it. I don't drive that close at all, yes. But, here is the more or less finished version of your penguin waifu. Let me go ahead and just clean up a few things here and there. Just to ensure quality control. I have to make sure that all of them are rather nice looking. We don't want any unpresentable waifus to go out to the public. You would not understand. You would not believe how many complaints we get about non-perfect waifus. People tend to get rather upset. It's a whole mess. We have to get HR involved. Personally, I just it's too much work. So I do my best to make sure that before they leave the factory, they're all perfect. Hi, Red Channel, how you doing? But, here we go. A more or less finished version of your penguin waifu. Let me go ahead and just finish up a few last touch-ups. I have been hearing that piercings are all the rage recently, so I think we're gonna go ahead and add a few of those, just to round things out here. I think that would be a rather good option. This is not what a human ear looks like, but that's fine. It's not a human. It's okay. The waifus are not humans. Don't worry. All right, let me go ahead and see here. No, I'm just kidding. Let me see here. Kaiju waifu. We will see the consensus on our next base model. So, as long as everyone's more or less okay with this one, I would just like some quick feedback on how we're feeling, just to make sure that that we have a full understanding of how everyone's thinking, how everyone's feeling about our waifus. It's important. I have to get the feedback. Do we like this one? Is it meh? Oh, it's very cute. Okay, okay. I like that feedback. I do like that feedback. Take my blame. Yes, okay. That makes me happy. I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear that she's well liked already. Alrighty, so here is your penguin waifu. Not all of them, surprisingly enough. There's a big demand for just regular waifus. Some of them are, you know, rather complex, like whether or not they're humanoids or not. Things like things can be a little bit confusing. They can be a little bit deviating from certain boxes, and of course, we don't want to force our waifus into boxes in any way, shape, or form. Give me just 1 second here. I'm going to go ahead and just reboot my machine really fast. Oh gosh. Oh no, it's not abuse. Listen. We're just using our machines in the manner in which they are meant to be used, okay? And yeah, just give me 1 second as we move on to the next area. Do we it's just a matter of fact, unfortunately. It just is what it is. Okay, so as we move to our next model, do we have any preferences for you know, more of a Yankee type of character? Do we want anything that's more how would you say ooh kind of character? We're very open here. We have lots of different models. Kyoryu? Yes, we can absolutely do a Kyoryu or a more Yankee type character. That is absolutely possible here. Definitely something we can do. Cyclops waifu? I feel like there's not a huge demand for those. Although I personally don't think that's a good thing. I do think that there should be some. Alright, we had the Kyoryu first. An Ulu lioness would be cute. I do like that idea. I feel like that's another gender swap. A furry waifu. Unfortunately, we don't do furries in this particular factory. I'm sure you could definitely find one that has more. So, a Kyoryu, Let me go ahead and get the right tan for her. I definitely like the idea of a Kyoryu, although I've never had one before come out of this factory personally. It can be a little bit difficult to get their thing correctly. I think I'll go ahead and stick with the regular vibes, just for quality assurance purposes in this case. It's a little bit too off. Give me 1 second here. Sorry about this. I do apologize. We'll definitely give you guys some complimentary waifu handbags at the door. Like H cups. Oh. We do have those, but they're reserved for very special waifus that also go into certain kind of H anime, if you know what I'm saying. Here we go. Oh my god. Unfortunately, I am having a rough time with this skin tone here. Give me 1 minute. Oh gosh. Give me 1 second as I reboot my machine really fast. Alright, there we go. Gender bend everyone, please. Is that your only request? Is this your response? You want gender bent everybody? promise. It's not what you think. It's not what you think. There is no tablet abuse going on in this factory. Just don't ask about it. Don't listen to what the tabloids have to say. Listen to what I have to say as the factory owner, manager, and sole worker. I know everything about this place, and there is absolutely zero tablet abuse going on here. No dropping, no throwing. Alright, here we go. So we had a request for Kyoryu. It might accidentally end up turning into more of a Yankee, but we will do our absolute best here to keep it with the request. Of course, the machine has a little bit of a difficult time with certain requests just because it's not used to performing those requests, but we will do our absolute best here. But yes, does anyone have any questions about our lovely waifu factory here? Just to make sure. How good is kill with long hair? I think rather good. Alright, thank you, Ichi. I'm glad to see you on the tour today, and I hope to see you again soon. Please do not kill the yandere. They're rather fragile if you actually hit them. Why do they constantly get bonked? Because they are rather drawn to the waifus in a bad way. We have to bonk them, otherwise they get some ideas. And nobody wants that, let me tell you. In fact, we actually have a bonking machine. A tomboyish looking Kyo, huh? We'll definitely see about that one. I'm not sure if I can recreate my own personal self in this in this machine. It can be rather difficult. Makes it a little bit harder. Unlike what you would suspect. Oh, and do we want this one to have long hair or short hair? I apologize for not asking sooner. I want to make sure before we move on. Long hair? Okay. We can definitely work with that. Long hair is a specialty of ours here. And do you want her hair up, down? I didn't see wild, but I just want to make sure that we're providing the right services here, as you know. Oh, medium. Medium is premium, of course, but not when it comes to hair. Apparently, we have a rather feasting group for long hair. Let's see here. There we go. Sorry. Goodness gracious. Hi, Colty. How you doing? Alrighty, so do we want this one to have any sort of like animal, how would you say, animal references? I can do bat wings. I can do cat ears very easily. We do have quite the demand for cat ears. I find that they the fang. I can do fangs. I could probably do fangs better than anybody. Nah, I'm just kidding. Da -da 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 -da. How long would you want the fang? Like a long fang? Have a good time, Lennox. Have a good time. They just want you to notice them, huh? Just notice them in a cool way, I promise. The yandere waifus are a lot simpler than you'd think. They're not as hard to please as everyone makes them out to be. Sometimes they just want love. They want senpai to notice them, you know? It's just how it is. You like it this long? Goodness. Alrighty, give her sunglasses? I can do that. What kind of sunglasses? Like the oh my gosh, Gurren Lagann sunglasses, or like the Gojo Satoru glasses, I just need to know for like on top of the hair. Let's see here. I personally do not specialize in sunglasses, so do forgive me if these don't come out absolutely perfect. I have a hard time drawing them just because I've really rarely ever seen them. Most people don't ask for sunglasses. Surprisingly enough, I think they're a rather cute addition to any waifu, especially those that are going to the beach or just on a drive. I think they can look rather good. But they're rarer than you think, if I'm being honest. Not something you'd expect to see. Alright. Is this okay? Is this okay? Yeah, absolutely. If you have any need to bonk any of our waifus today, you have absolutely every right and every inclination to do so. Nobody will judge you. No one will be upset. I can promise you that much. Them probably least of all. Alrighty, here we go. And of course, more tablet abuse, unfortunately. Just give it 5 seconds and the machine will boot right back up. There we go. No worries here, no concerns. Just waifus. Everything calm. Everything good. Seems that Luck is having a hard time with the yanderes in the back. Just avoid them. They're not that dangerous, I promise. The worst that they'll do is laugh at you with a squirrel voice. I promise. They're not that hard to deal with. They're just a little bit annoying at times. And the knives are a little bit scary, but you know, once you get to know them, they're not even that bad. They're really not that bad. And as far as waifu goes, you could definitely get worse. I mean, I feel like there are definitely worse waifus out there. Harder ones to deal with. You know how it is. And you know, the important thing is that you just don't die on the tour, because frankly, our insurance would not cover that. And I'm sorry, but I personally can't afford more. It's okay, it's okay. She'll be fine. They're pretty strong. Surprisingly strong, actually. Don't worry about the waifus, they'll be fine. Alrighty. Just a very calm, very chill girl with, it looks like regular glasses. Give me 1 second. Sometimes sunglasses can be difficult. Guts are hanging out. Yes, I think this is an appropriate time to call a hospital. I think this would be a good time. Yes, please do call the hospital if you get into a fight with the Andres, either for you or for her. Either way. Alrighty. There we go. Not too shabby if I say so myself. I rather do like this waifu. I think she's rather cute. Oh, good night, Corp. Have a good sleep. I hope you enjoyed your time at the waifu factory. Hope it wasn't too calming that you fell asleep. No, I wouldn't be surprised. Some have said that my voice is enough to help them go to sleep. It's okay, don't worry about it. It can be rather tiring to just watch waifus be made. I do understand if anyone wants to head to the gift shop right now. We do have a sale right now. A rather good one on body pillows if you're interested in that. We do have some bath water, as well as some handshakes if you want that as well. Hand holding is in the back. Thank you. We do try our best to get some good accessories on our waifus. Can be difficult. Some of them don't like to wear accessories, but this one's rather nice. I think she likes the glasses a little bit. Let's see here. Goodness gracious. Thank you. Yes, it can be pretty lewd in there. If you do go to the hand-holding station in our gift shop, I would suggest taking perhaps a napkin with you. Maybe some hand sanitizer, just in case. Just do be careful. And please try your best to treat our waifus with respect. With respect, as best as you can. I know sometimes it can be difficult, but they are very, very good people. Here we go. This is very reminiscent of Panty from Panty and Stocking for me for some reason. Perhaps just because I really do like that waifu. I think she's rather pretty. Just personally. Of course, I never let my own personal opinion cloud my judgment of my waifus. I always make sure that I take everyone else's considerations seriously whenever there's other people that can be asked. Here we go. I apologize if this is a very calm tour. It starts off with a lot of energy, and then we do get the machinery to get into quite a rhythm. It can be very, very calming for some people. Just please don't fall asleep next to the machines. It can be a little bit difficult to keep you safe from them. So it will be in a second. I do think that would be a rather stellar combo, personally. But of course, if you want this waifu in a different kind of hairstyle, that could always be arranged. We do have different models for every different style that we have. There's just a lot of different interlocking things at play here. The honorary waifus trying to kill other waifus. Well, just let them do their thing. They'll fight. Don't worry. They'll be fine. The waifus are stronger than they look. Trust me. They can be rather terrifying at times. Personally, I have my own safety room just to make sure they're not gonna hurt me. You know, from Naruto, huh? Is that a compliment or a detriment? I can't tell. I feel like Ino is rather just light. Let them fight? Yes. Let them fight. They'll be fine. Trust me, they'll be okay. Goodness gracious. Oh gosh. Sometimes running this machine makes me a little bit sleepy. You'll protect your wife? Oh really? I like to hear that. It makes me happy. Let's see here. I feel like that's one of the issues with waifus sometimes. Once there's been one waifu, I feel like oftentimes there's been 20 more very similar caliber. And unfortunately, it can make the waifus feel a little bit self-conscious. We never want that. We never want that. So, just don't mention similarities between any waifus to the waifus directly. They will likely throw you into one of the machines. Ah! That might happen. But yes, I hope that this Yankee waifu is up to everyone's up to everyone's liking. Yes, we do have quite a variety here. They tend to spill out onto the floor sometimes. They just kind of stand around. They're not sure what to do sometimes. It can be difficult. They like to do their own thing, and we don't always have their own thing. For instance, if they want to save the world, we might not have everything there. You enjoy becoming a waifu, Oh gosh. Give me you. Oh, there we go. All good. All good. There we go. No worries here. Always calm, no worries. Unfortunately, the blonde hair makes it a little bit difficult for the shading to be quite as good. So we'll be a little bit more hasty with this waifu. I do in fact feel like there is a slight difference about this one. She came out of the machine looking rather Yankee-ish. Of course, we try our best to keep them as easy as possible for our guests to know exactly what they're getting. However, sometimes that can backfire. It can make it difficult. Sometimes people really like waifus that are just, their own spirit. They have very strong willpower, and you know what? Honestly, I think a lot of times waifus are best when they're just themselves. I think it's rather good. A smug waifu, You already have me here, though. Kyoryu long lost sister. I wish. That'd be rather cool. Too bad the rocks got her. Let's see here. Of course, this one might not be as perfect as the other waifus may be, but we do our absolute best to ensure that they are as good as possible. Here we go. It mocks you. Yes, as it should. we always love a smug waifu. Who doesn't love a smug waifu after all? They can mock you. I think they're important to the ecosystem of waifus. Let's go in and give her some clothing. It's important for the waifus to have clothes, otherwise they may become lost. They have a gender, or not, they have an identity crisis as a whole. Might become a little bit confused about what's going on, who they are. We never want that to happen to them. Anytime that happens, they tend to get rather upset, and so just be careful with them. They're very kind. If you hurt the waifus, you hurt me. Okay? Yes. She deserves it, Unless you wish to say otherwise. I think she deserves it. She looks very just smug in general. Personally, that's what I think. Goodness gracious. I hope she can have big boobas. Do we need to have every waifu to have big boobas? What about Natsuki, huh? Does she have big boobas? We'll decide. The council will decide her fate. How much do they cost? It depends on the amount of fixtures you would ask for them overall. They can cost anywhere between $2 to closer to like $5,000. They might cost more. They're rather difficult to get a hold of, I personally think. Some of them are, if you want to go through the bargain bin, yes, some of them can be $2. But those are rather difficult waifus to deal with. Just a fair warning. They're in the bargain bin for a reason. It's right after our gift shop at the very end. Is this my clone daughter? I wish. If my clone daughter was this cool, maybe I wouldn't have to hide her. Let's see here. But yeah, the waifus can cost. They can cost quite a bit. It just depends on what you want. Depends on how hard they are to create. How much work they are to just keep not from murdering each other. Some of them are surprisingly hard to wrangle in there, which can be upsetting, especially for the other waifus. And you never want them to be upset. Never ever. It can cause issues, to say the least. Just a nice way of putting it. A kaiju waifu would probably cost quite a bit. They have a high temperament. They're difficult to wrangle in. They're difficult to calm down if they get upset. They do tend to fight the other waifus, and some of them are definitely not prepared for that. So it can make it a little bit hard to completely help them. Do I allow a person? Yes, as long as they have the correct amount of love. Some people just don't have enough love for two different waifus. Some of them like to try to pit the waifus against each other, which is unfortunately why there's lots and lots of harem animes and all that stuff. We try our best to keep our waifus from getting sent there. Of course, it doesn't always work out, even with the best of intentions. It'd be rather cool if she had Sharingan. I think that would be most dope. Alrighty. That is true. You have to be special. Alright. Tim has picked on my one. I picked on my one weakness is the big waifu. If it's asked, usually I'll end up doing it. I do appreciate them personally. But other times they can be a bit out of hand. Here we go. Dominating the world with waifus. Good, as it should be. I think we need to create more waifus to bring world peace. That's personally what I'm hoping I will win my Nobel Prize in one day, is bringing world peace with waifus. It's a slow pace. It takes a while, but you know, one day, maybe we will see happiness with the wives. Give me 1 second to go ahead and reboot it really fast. Give me 1 second. Anyway, as we continue on with this waifu, is there any specific needs? Do we need a do we want any specific horns? Anything else? We have quite a bit of options here, and we're never limited to anything too specific. And so, if you want anything, I mean, I agree. It is implied heavily. But here we go. Should be back on. There we go. But yes. Sometimes they have empty layers. It makes them a little bit hollow on the inside. Let me go ahead and change up the background color a tiny bit so I can see a bit better. Da, 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 da. Yes, she is coming out rather nicely. I do like the I do like it. I'm rather happy for her. Obliged. I can see that. I can see that. I mean, maybe she survived, you know? we can always hope. One can always hope for that. Let's see here. Does anyone have any preferences as to what she should be holding? Any specific wants, needs, things we could cherish? That is a question for our production department. I'm not 100% sure. A kendo stick? Okay, let's see here. I have to imagine it for a second. Give me 1 second as I try to draw up the sling for this kendo stick that I'm about to make. Let's see here. Oh goodness. I hope I know what a sword looks like. I don't see them often enough, perhaps. Maybe I'm just not cool enough to see swords often enough. This does not look like a sword handle. Here we go. Now this looks like a sword handle. Nice and relaxing here. Are you guys enjoying your tour? Is it? Yes, she always has been. She came out that way. Wouldn't you believe it? They don't usually. It's very rare in the waifu industry to see such a badass. I always love to see them though. Personally, one of my favorite kinds of waifu. The most illegal waifu in the factory? I mean, it depends on what you're asking about. Oh. I don't know if I don't I'm not sure if I'm allowed to answer that question. You know, of course, it'll be incriminating on my part, and perhaps I would lose my factory. Yes, exactly. If you mess with her, she'll, I don't know, stab you maybe. I apologize if the finger's a little bit messed up here. We don't specialize in fingers either. But they're as close as they can be. You like the manage? Thank you. I appreciate that. I made it myself. I try my hardest to make sure she looks good. I want everyone to be happy with their waifu. It makes me happy to see other people happy with their waifu. That's all I want. Goodwill towards men. Her nails should be long. Here we go. I feel like it adds a little bit to how sculpted it is, but it's okay. Her hands are not the most important things here now, are they? Her badassery is what's important here, See, I personally am not the best when it comes to the waifu hands. Oftentimes they'll simply, the poor things, they'll walk around with their hands behind their back to make sure that no one sees their hands. See, it is a little bit difficult for me, but I will do my best to make your wish a reality. With my utmost attempts. Alright, there we go. Those are fingernails. Now that's what I call fingernails. Alright, here we go. Let's go in and clean her up a little bit. There's a little bit of a mess around her. Of course, waifus that tend to be a little more detailed, like this one, they can be a bit messy. A little bit harder to deal with, but I do always appreciate them in the long run. They come out very well. They always come out looking very pretty. Very badass, as some might say. Not everyone's into it. I'm not sure what's going on in the tour group, but I apologize if I have not been moderating you guys very well. Just please don't set anything on fire. Waifu SCP-682. We don't talk about Waifu SCP-682. we just don't talk about it, okay? Shh, very hush hush. How did you know about it, huh? A sussy? Well, actually, that is quite the, quite the model we have here. We do have a Sussy Baka model. We have one. They're rather difficult to make. They look a little bit weird in the long run, but you know, they started among us, so I can't complain about that waifu. They did bring quite a good name to our factory here. Those waifus are rather good. Believe it or not. Okay, here we go. Da 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 da. Ignore that. They are hard to be among us. Yes, it is hard for them to be among the rest of the factory because they can cause suspicion, and they and they can you know, they can vent a little bit too much to others. It can cause some problems. Here we go. So, she might be a little bit messy, but that is why we love her. Let me fix her up just a tiny bit more. And we will move on to perhaps our final waifu of the night. Only the Sussy Baka ones, just the Sussy Baka ones, yes. Sussy Baka. Sussy Baka. Okay, here we go. Sorry. She's perfect. You like her this way? I feel like I should probably continue the sword. Let's see here. Boop, 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 boop. That's why. Okay, there you go. Shooby dooby. Alright, her hair may not be perfect. and she may not look absolutely correct. But here is our finished Yankee, Kyoryu, whatever you want to call her, waifu. She's got sunglasses, she's got those G cups. Thighs. She's got a kendo stick that looks a little bit scuffed, but that's okay. Alrighty, so let me go ahead and set the next one. Are we feeling more ara ara? Are we feeling some ooh ooh in the end? Thank you. I do my best to stay in as good as possible. Best waifu, thank you, Timothy. I do my best to please the client base. So, are we feeling ooh or ara? Are we just feeling kinda kaiju waifu time? Good. Maybe you will be. Ara, okay. Let me go ahead and make sure I have the right. Oh wait, gal, yes, gal. We could also do ara uwu. I think I have a good solution that fits neither. But is fun nonetheless. To end off our tour, I would like to present to you guys something that I have been working on tirelessly, something rather new that I think would be a rather good addition. But I'm not sure if YouTube would be ready for that. I'm concerned. I'm worried. All right, I'll go ahead and end off the night with a simple one, a simple waifu. Alright, I will dom everyone. Alright, let's see here. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna. Okay. We okay. All right. We're gonna move on to the final waifu. In our tour today. I apologize if our tour wasn't too comprehensive. All the different waifus we have. Oh gosh, give me 1 second while I reset our wonderful machine. Sometimes it's a little bit hard for it. Sometimes it can be a rough go around with it. Give me 1 second. Oh my gosh. Okay. There we go, absolutely, there we go. Alright, so, hopefully it's working now, and of course it's not. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. That's illegal. Just give me 1 second. Sorry, the machine is broken. It's okay, don't worry about it, it's not your fault. It definitely is. It's not your fault. It's not your fault, don't worry about it. Wait, that's illegal, yes. It's okay. A little bit of illegal never killed anybody. Alrighty then. So, let me go ahead and see if I can get this to load here. Unfortunately, our machine is down just for 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute, and I'm sure we'll get it right back up for you guys. It's okay. Listen, we are experiencing some slight technical difficulties with our machinery. I'm sure we'll be right back up. Oh, you can't balk me. Alright, so okay, give me 1 second, Da. Alright. You can't, yes you can. You can definitely bonk 2 people at once. I think you can bonk at least 4 people at once as long as you, as long as you spread out your arms and legs enough. Oh my gosh. I apologize, everybody. Yeah. It's okay, we'll get there. I promise. Don't bonk me. How many waifus do I make a day? At least a dozen, if not more. It can be rather difficult when we have technical difficulties. And unfortunately today... Oh gosh. Stop bonking each other. Don't bonk each other. Oh my gosh. Not in my factory. How dare you. You know, only I get to bonk in my own factory. So, it appears that our machine has broke down. And I would like to redirect everybody to the gift shop at the end of our tour. It's a great find. There's lots of things in there. There's hand-holding booths. There's boxes where you can feel grass, real grass. You can touch it. There's also, Gamer Girl bathwater, Anime Girl bathwater, and our own waifu's personal signatures. If you would like to see the gift shop, just walk in the hallway, go to the left, and I'll see you there. And thank you guys for coming to our tour today. I appreciate all of you. I love all of you, and I'll eat you later. Alright, good night everybody. I'll see you later. Bye bye. Bye bye. I love you. I apologize for a slight technical breakdown, but it doesn't stop me from loving all of you guys. Alright, bye.